Spool up and strap in. You're watching Simblitz. Today, I'm taking the iFly 737 MAX for a test flight from the sunny shores of Sydney to one of the most breathtaking and challenging airports in the world, Queenstown, New Zealand. The weather's looking a bit choppy, so we'll see how we go getting in. Today, we'll be testing out the performance, the avionics, flight dynamics, and see what's changed over the updates. This isn't just your standard test flight. We're going to be flying over the Tasman Sea, some of the roughest parts of the world, both in the sky and in the sea. But before we get into that, we need to get down on the ground. Let's take a look at the aircraft we're flying today. Today, we're going to be taking this beautiful Virgin 737 MAX to Queenstown. We're going to be operating as Velocity 163, and we're looking at a pretty easy departure with radar vectors to optic. I'm going to get the aircraft loaded, get our clearances. In the meantime, we'll go over exactly why this is such an important test flight. Now, this is a change up. I've been spending most of my time in the 737 Classic lately, so seeing the beautiful MAX cockpit is awesome. I haven't flown the iFly 737 MAX since it was released, so this is a special flight to me. I'm excited to see what's changed in the updates, especially since they've announced that they're making a beta build for us to test in 2024. But moving on to today's route, it's going to take us over the South Pacific, past Sydney's iconic coastlines, and then into the deep of the Tasman Sea. We'll be cruising around flight level 370 at around 0.78 Mach, all very typical for a short Tasman hop. Another reason I'm super stoked to do this video is because Fly Tampa has updated their beloved scenery for Sydney. Finally, it's gotten some desperate attention that it needed. We've got amazing interiors, some of the best I've seen in Flight Simulator, along with other features such as the McDonald's, the KFC, AMG, road signage, plenty to explore and enjoy in the scenery, and it looks phenomenal. We've got a real simple taxi over to runway 16 left today. I'm going to go ahead and start taxiing, and we'll take off out of this beautiful airport.
Please take your seats for takeoff. Velocity 163, runway 16 left, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 16 left.
I've been flying a lot of different aircraft since I last flew the iFly, and I forgot how amazing it feels. It's one of the best feeling 737s, and it really has a way of just connecting your yoke to the simulator and making it feel so real. I just can't get over how good it feels. But either way, I'm noticing a lot of things have improved. So far, I haven't blown through any restrictions or anything like that. We haven't had exactly the best VNAV path to follow. We got radar vectors to optic, and from there we're pretty much above 10,000 feet anyway. But we'll see as we get closer to Queenstown. Should be some restrictions once we start descending, and we'll see how we go. But so far the aircraft is just feeling amazing. It feels so much better than before. I don't even know how they've done it, but it's one of the best just 737s in the market at the moment. Like, it just feels unbelievable. compared to PMDG, CSS, it's another level to anything else at the moment. It just feels incredible. I love the feeling of the CSS. It's a very heavy, kind of droopy aircraft to fly, where the Max is just, it's like a sports car, but a bus at the same time. It's a very unique feeling aircraft, and it flies just effortlessly. It almost feels closer to an Airbus, especially with the LEAP engines, something typically seen on Airbus, and MCAS somewhat similar to Alpha Floor on Airbus as well. But either way, we've reached our cruise now, and boy, the views we've got are just unbelievable. I absolutely love Active Sky and Rex. It just makes 2020 feel so much better. Not quite at 2024 stage, but definitely adds just that much more to bring it that much closer. Either way, weather's marginally improving in Queenstown by the looks of it. By the time we land, it'll still be a bit choppy, but nowhere near what it was looking like before. So we'll see how we go once we get into our descent. I'll check the weather again and we'll see how we're going. But so far, it's turning out to just be a great flight. I haven't noticed any of the bugs that I had previously. Haven't really had a good chance to test it out, as we got radar vectors pretty much up to above 10,000 feet. But it feels like it might have gotten fixed. I think I saw in the notes that it has been fixed, but I just can't get over how phenomenal this aircraft feels. It's really one of the only aircraft that I have in Flight Simulator that every time I use my yoke with it, I can't put the words to it. It just feels phenomenal. Okay, and we've reached our top of descent. Just gotten our expected arrival into Queenstown. I'm going to be doing the RNAV for runway 05, which is cool. It's definitely the more challenging approach. So it should be pretty interesting. We're going to have a lot of terrain to watch out for, so as part of our approach briefing, terrain is definitely a big concern here. But either way, should be good. Weather's looking like it has improved a little bit more. We're still expecting some light chop. Visibility's fine, and it looks like the cloud base is somewhere between 5,000 and 6,000 feet. So it's not too bad. It's broken. Should be able to easily get down. No real threats other than terrain here. Now, one thing I'm remembering, it is so hard to slow down in the Max, especially coming into Queenstown. It's like a rocket ship, and especially with the altitudes because of all the terrain. So from Ugped, we've got to get down to Ibu, and you know it's a steep descent when even the FMC says the next altitude you can't reach. So, more drag required. Out go the spoilers, and down we keep going. I need to fly New Zealand more often. I keep forgetting how beautiful this place is. This doesn't do it justice. Queenstown is just phenomenal. It looks beautiful. I really cannot wait until I can finally get over to 2024 permanently. I'm just waiting on Chase Plane, but with their snow, this is going to look unbelievable. Alright, and we're lined up for the approach here on a kind of extended final. It's an RNAV approach, and it's a bit of a zigzag on this approach into 05, last minute turn onto final. So we come in at a slight angle and last minute kind of turn correct and line up with the runway and touch down. So I'm just trying to slow down the aircraft now, bring down the gear and flaps, just get a bit more drag so we got a bit more time to configure the aircraft for landing. At the moment everything's going pretty good and smoothly. Autopilot off, and we're just going to manually fly down to the final. See what I mean? We got a bit of a zigzag turn here just to line up with the runway. Plenty of time to stable out. Nice and stable approach here.
500.
A little high on the glide slope, so just ease back to power and drop the nose a bit.
400.
You can see pretty quickly it's catching up. Easy does it. There we go, nice flare. And touchdown. Bit of a rough one, but I wanted to make sure I planted it with plenty of runway, because this runway creeps up on you very quickly. Takeover manual braking, just as we're really coming to the end of the runway, using up the full length at Queenstown.
100 remaining.
Alright, now we're cleaned up the aircraft and just taxiing back to the gate. I've got to say, today's flight was something I didn't realise I needed. It was great to see that iFly has continued to update and fix this aircraft. It feels amazing to hand fly, it just sounds amazing, looks amazing. The team has smashed this. The only thing I personally don't like is the EFB. That EFB is just atrocious. It's horrible to use, it looks horrible, it's just clunky. I really wish I could just hide it and use their SimBrief performance calculator, because it's just that annoying to use. Other than that, I've absolutely loved this flight, and I hope you guys loved it just as much as I did. It's amazing to be back in New Zealand, especially at Queenstown. I love this airport. Unfortunately, Flight Sim doesn't do it justice, but even in Flight Sim it looks phenomenal. So definitely come check this airport out. Check out the whole of New Zealand, because there are so many hidden gems. Either way, I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, give the video a like, subscribe, let me know down in the comments what you'd like to see next, and I'll see you guys next time.